Hello everyone, welcome back to Art Therapy with MindSoulMeditations. Before we get started, let's take a moment to take a deep breath and let it out slowly. And another one. Today we are dealing with a more difficult topic. I know we're diving into some heavy stuff here, but talking about grief and trauma makes it easier to manage. Grief and trauma refers to really tough experiences that can shake us to our core. Coping with grief and trauma is a personal journey, and it's okay if it feels messy or overwhelming sometimes. It's about finding ways to process those intense emotions, make sense of what happened, and gradually find a way to move forward while honoring your experiences. Sometimes words just aren't enough. AI art can help you express feelings that are hard to put into language. It can create soothing or empowering images that support your healing process. Engaging with art can be a safe way to release pent-up emotions. Art can serve as a mirror, helping you understand and process your feelings. Also, it can help you visualize a future beyond the pain, even if it feels distant right now. Here are some ideas for artwork that could represent coping with grief and trauma. A person wrapped in a blanket and hugging themselves in comfort, demonstrating sadness and the need for self-care. A woman crying or screaming as a means of externalizing pain. Dying vegetation to represent grief and emotional numbness. A landscape that is void of anything but the ground and sky with the horizon separating the canvas to demonstrate loneliness and emptiness. These artworks could serve as gentle companions on your healing journey. You might use them as part of a personal ritual, as focus points for meditation, or just as reminders that healing is possible even when it doesn't feel like it. Remember, coping with grief and trauma is not about getting over it or forgetting. It's about finding ways to carry your experiences with you while still moving forward. There's no timeline for this process, and it's okay to take it one day at a time. How does this resonate with you? I hope that your healing journey helps you place your pain in the artwork and provides you with relief. It did for me, and my hope is that others will have the same experience. Our special guest today is Dr. Lemny. She is one of the most vibrant and wonderful women I know. She is incredibly intelligent, warm, and funny. If you ever have a chance to have a conversation with her, I promise she will make you laugh, cry, and smile so big your face hurts. Her infectious giggle makes me smile just thinking about it. She is a wonderful artist and a supportive sister in art. Dr. Lemny is a seasoned psychologist with 30 years of experience in social services. She holds a doctorate in psychology from the Wright Institute and has extensive training in psychodiagnostic forensic assessments, neuropsychological assessment, and cognitive rehabilitation. Dr. Lemny has worked in various settings, including community mental health clinics, schools, jails, and the Veterans Administration. She has also served as the Director of Behavioral Health at a federally qualified health center in West Oakland, California. Dr. Lemny's research focuses on gender studies, ethnic identity development, and mental health outcomes among Dominican women. She is an active member of the American Psychological Association and has international experience in behavioral health care and research. Dr. Lemny enjoys documentary filmmaking, painting, and cartooning, and is an inspiration to women globally. Born in Harlem, New York, Dr. Lemny is an Afro-Dominican writer, actor, psychologist, abstract NFT artist, and collector. She is a curator for the NFT Tip Searchlight curatorial team and is the former coaching lead and secretary board member at the Dream Conduit, a carbon-neutral nonprofit DAO. Dr. Lemny has sold over 90 one-of-one NFTs, showed at over 30 NFT art shows, is collected by World of Women, Nyla Collection, and has shown at 36 NFT art shows. She was featured in Forbes magazine, Time magazine, NFT Now, and Known Origin platform. For the past 3 years, she has been a speaker at NFT NYC conference discussing mental health in the Web3 space. Let's hear from her and what she would like to share about grief.
Thank you for allowing the movement of this grief. I think that for me, the AI has been helpful in shifting through opportunities and possibilities after the pandemic. During this time, over the course of the past 4 years, there's been a lot of loss in terms of identity, in terms of belonging, in terms of being. And so everything that was familiar, ways of operating, ways of locating oneself in space have been disrupted. And so with the advent of AI, it's been really lovely to be able to conceptualize these frameworks and to integrate them in a way that's healing and reparative. For me, having left behind parts of the self, coming into the second generation of my life, my existence here, the second half, the second act. All those things, when I come to the work, I am able to integrate, parts of myself that once were with what is and what will become. So I am so happy to share this work with you, the integration of my dissertation and my thesis together through the support of AI, to come together and create a new possibility, a new iteration of self, a promise for being. I'm really excited to share this with all of you.
Before we create our art today, I would like to do a brief visualization about how we cope with grief and loss. So I'd like you to take 3 breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, and remember to hold for just a moment. And we'll do those together. And one more. So today I would like you to imagine yourself standing on a vast shoreline. The ocean of grief stretches out before you, immense, powerful, and sometimes turbulent. But you're not small against this landscape. You are the shore that receives these waves. Feel the weight of loss in your body, not to be pushed away, but to be honored. Your grief is a testament to love. It is profound, unbreakable, transformative. Each wave that crashes against you represents a memory, a moment of pain. Watch how the shore does not break. It absorbs, it reshapes, and it remains. Your heart is not a wound, but a sacred temple of remembrance. Every tear is liquid courage. Every moment of missing, every moment of your grief is a bridge of connection that love creates, transcending physical absence. Whisper to yourself, I am strong enough to feel. brave enough to remember, gentle enough to heal, and powerful enough to love through loss. The horizon grows lighter, not because the pain leaves, but because you are expanding. Grief is not a darkness that consumes you, but a profound teacher, reshaping your understanding of love, of resilience. You are surviving. You are healing. You are loving beyond boundaries and beyond time. Open your eyes and know that you carry your loss with you. In love, always. So I hope you enjoyed today's visualization. And I just want to recognize that today's prompt may actually be deeply emotional for some, and that's okay. What I want is that you try to depict as best you can what it is that you're feeling. And if that means you need to use the chaos or weird parameters to be able to really make your prompt crazy, then by all means we'll use that. So I'm going to start with a really old prompt that I have. It's one that I actually used when I did my 30-day challenge. So the one that I have, I've actually got a sample here at the top. We're doing a crying woman depicting grief and trauma in the style of gum bichromate. Eccentric penmanship, realist detail, bibliographic anomalies, thick paint, heavy paint strokes. I actually want to add textured canvas. So the first set that I ran here is actually using just version 6.1 because I want to see what it would look like in 6.1. And I'm just going to copy this just in case because I want to click in on these. So we can take a look at some of these. They're very emotional, and you may find that you really connect with some of these. I like this one, except perhaps for the extra hand that I would want to remove, if that's a hand. I might remove that and edit it one way or the other. So it gives us an idea of what we would get. Now I'm going to try it also in Niji, because that was where I actually found that I liked this prompt the best. So we'll take a look at it in Niji. What I want you to think about is what your trauma looks like. Do you feel that you can't talk? So perhaps you want to have a woman with no mouth. Do you feel that you're not being seen? Perhaps you want to go with some of the imagery we've got coming up here of being blindfolded. Maybe you feel like you're completely wrapped in chaos and that's something you want. Or too many people are pulling at you for your attention and you just can't right now. So maybe you want to add to your prompt, many hands pulling at a woman. So this is a prompt that I don't expect that you're just going to take it as is, nor do I ever expect that you're going to do that. But in this case, because this is so deeply personal and this is really about healing, I want you to really be flexible with this prompt and really use words and expressions that paint what you're feeling in your head, in your gut, and get that out into your artwork. So I'm really liking the Niji outputs that we have here. So we'll take a look at some of these. This one doesn't really speak to me personally. I do really like this one. She seems a little bit bruised and damaged. I like this one with the crying eye. This piece makes me feel like I just want to really look at it and absorb it and, you know, find the meaning. It's almost like she's digging her fingers into her eyes. It's very powerful, the image. I'm going to grab this prompt and I'm going to add a little bit of chaos. So I'm just going to go with 10. We'll see what we get. So I've run the prompt a couple more times, and you'll note that Niji is particularly expressive. So let's take a look at some of these and see if any of them are something that we'd want to work with in terms of a style. So here I've got a man. It's a little too red for my liking. This one's kind of interesting, that we have a bit of a collage component to it. This might be worthwhile playing around with it. It's definitely more of a horror look. This is more weird. This is weird. I like this one here. Again, I like that photography blended with art sort of look. This is a bit dark. And I do like this one here. I like that softness to it. I might take this one here. So when you're working with images and you find one, it's like, okay, this is sort of the settledness that I'm looking for, or the aggression that I'm looking for, or the deep dark strokes that I'm looking for, you can run the prompt again, but remember, this is where you're going to use the style. Perhaps you have an image and the image is right, but it's not quite the right style. So then you're going to change, do I want the character, do I want the image as a reference, or do I want the style? So this could be one that I run where I leave everything else the same. I leave the chaos in, but now I want it to do something new, but keep this style. Okay, so this is actually fully completed in terms of its design. So it really, really is a soft, subtle, almost not fully developed kind of look. Yeah, there's a lot of depth and emotion here. This one's a little bit more caricature style. And here again, we've got lots of depth and emotion. So it's definitely an interesting style, but there's no style reference and there's no personalization code being used. I'm strictly running with chaos right now, looking for something that speaks to me and that I want to keep working with. So using that image as a reference now, I can modify my prompt completely, but continue working within this style. I really actually like this one quite a bit, and this is where we're actually seeing a bit of that bibliographic anomalies coming in the image, and that's the text that you see across her face. Like there's a handwritten letter superimposed on her crying face. So this one's really interesting to me, and I do find myself connecting with it. I'm actually going to upscale that one because I actually really like it just as is. I think what I'm going to do is mimic the collage technique, and I'm going to take you into Canva when I have all of my images collected, and we'll go and look at how we can take these images to build them into something new. So I'm going to demonstrate just a quick and easy way that you could create a collage style composition with the artwork that you've created. So I'm using Canva, which you can use for free. So I'm going to create a design, and I'm going to scroll down to the bottom into photos and videos, and I'm going to pick photo collage. So that's going to generate a canvas for me, and I've already uploaded my artworks that we made. So what we can do here is we can start dropping these pieces in and layer them and crop them so that we can build something together. You can give it a little bit of extra flourish by adding in some different elements. You can scroll through. Now, not everything in here is free to use. Let's see what we have available. So We can play with it and add different components to it. When you're done, you can use the share feature and you can download it. Today's affirmation is, I have the courage to face and heal from past traumas. Thank you for joining me for another day of art therapy. I hope you enjoyed the session, and I hope you had a chance to create some really amazing art. Make sure to join me again tomorrow, and I really look forward to seeing you there.